evening, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to a sold-out Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey for tonight's main event. 10 rounds in the featherweight division between Erik Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera. He's making that final walk that separates man and warrior, soon to be embattled there in the ring. Marco Antonio Barrera's unpredictability belies his ring walk focus. He is ready for action. Scheduled to go the full 10 if we get that far. Round one underway.
Teddy, most of the fighters that you train throughout your career are guys that could be described as this, guys that really will bring it and are able to do it throughout the whole fight and go the distance. What's the mental makeup of a guy like that?
Confidence. He's been there before. He's sure that he can do it.
Gets rid of that effort. Erik Morales able to land the counter punch. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes... Oh, that's gotta hurt. Erik Morales has hit the deck. He goes down. Our first knockdown we've seen tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
90 seconds to go here in this round. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good stuff in the opening 2 minutes. A minute to go in this round. Parries that punch intended for the head.
Teddy, what do you think is the most misunderstood about the lower weight classes?
Well, I think people don't realize how big those people have to be. I know that sounds crazy because they're smaller guys, but they have to be big in all the other dimensions, with discipline, with confidence, and with their technical approach, their technical development. They have to deal with guys that are really fast. The bigger guys don't have to deal with all those elements.
Teddy, he may go down just by stumbling the way he's bumbling around this ring.
Well, he's got to stop moving. Actually, you never want to fight on the ropes. This is one time he probably needs to be on the ropes just to steady him and then move his head a little bit. That might be his only shot.
Listen. You need to move your head more, side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more. Okay, listen. I want to see that straight right. Throw the jab.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Parries that punch intended for the head. Halfway through round number 2. Nice strike after catching one by Marco Antonio Barrera. Good block by Marco Antonio Barrera. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. Barrera able to block it. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand.
Erik Morales, his corner, will really need to get after that swelling.
Barrera able to land the counterpunch. Marco Antonio Barrera's swelling is starting to become a real issue. End of the round here on our fight night. Always a good time to come here to this venue. Take great fans. I mean, wherever we go on our fight night tour, we have great fans.
Yeah, passionate fans, fans that know the fighters and care about the sport.
The nice counter punch by Erik Morales. Good block by Erik Morales. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Nice block by Barrera. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Barrera able to block it.
Erik Morales, his vision is being compromised here. That swelling around the eye is worsening as the fight continues.
Well, right now he has to use every advantage he can. You're right, he's at a disadvantage. So now he has to position himself in the ring, every inch of that ring, where he keeps his opponent in a place where he can't throw punches towards the bad eye, where he positions himself where the good eye is always in a place where it can be used.
Nice counter punch by Barrera.
Teddy, you've made the point a few times that, hey, it's nice to have something where you got the superior advantage. In this case, he's got the speed. But you can't fall in love with it too much.
No, because what happens then, you're like a teenager that gets one of those sport cars. You know, he gets carried away. He doesn't respect the speed yet. And he starts to run red lights. He starts to do things that he shouldn't do. And that's what's happening here. He's starting to jump in with those quick hands. He figures he doesn't have to respect the dimensions other guys have to. And when he's jumping in, he might get caught. There might be a cop there or a punch there to nail him.
Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs.
Every gym's got one of those double-ended bags, right? They give you the movement, you got to hit that moving target, work on your accuracy. He's making it so that his opponent never had to work on one, Teddy. He's just sitting right there, right in front, no head movement whatsoever.
No, not at all. He didn't have one in his gym, that's for sure, because he just does not know how to move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Barrera able to block it. Nice counter punch by Barrera. Marco Antonio Barrera is being very efficient right here. I mean, he's just picking his shots. His accuracy is through the roof.
Well, that's one of the talents, and you hope is a talent of a top fighter, is his ability to pick his shots, to be calm enough to see the openings. He's seeing everything right now.
Good, clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Marco Antonio Barrera. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Marco Antonio Barrera stunned by that shot.
All right, come on, guys, work it out, no holding.
Marco
Marco Antonio Barrera is now in a position where he may not even realize it, but the eye is getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter. And that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab, it's not your hook, it's not your power, it's not your footwork. It's your ability to behave like a fighter when you have to. He's doing that right now.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Oh, Marco Antonio Barrera stunned, and he is. What a turn of events. What a turnaround. He scores his own knockdown after being knocked down earlier.
And that's where scoring a knockdown hurts you sometimes, because now you think you're just going to walk in and get it again. Well, he walked in, he did get it. He got it.
He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Good defense, just covering up down low. Nice strike after catching one by Erik Morales. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. We just have not seen the big shots from this guy. He is not throwing the power punches, Teddy. What would you say to him?
Well, first of all, I would say to him, what do you think, that he's going to make a deal with you? If you don't hit him hard, he won't hit you hard? No, it doesn't work like that, my friend. He's going to get confidence now. He's going to take advantage of this.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Erik Morales. Nice block by Erik Morales. Barrera able to land the counterpunch. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
He's just beating you to the punch.
Halfway through this fight as this round gets underway here. Been interesting so far. Who knows what we're in store for down the stretch. Teddy, so many times a fight like this is so hard to score. It's been wildly entertaining, but it's also been dead even.
Yes, it has, and this is where the judges really have to be on their P's and Q's and not get caught up in the action. That sounds funny. You know, the fans could get caught up in the action, but they have to watch. They, being the judges, have to specifically watch punches that are landing clean versus punches that are just being thrown.
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Nice block by Barrera. Halfway through this round. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good job staying away from the danger there.
So he went down earlier, and yet he's still fighting with the same kind of style, the same kind of disposition he was fighting with before the knockdown. If I'm the opponent, maybe that's a sign to me that, hey, maybe I didn't hurt the guy that much.
Or maybe it's a sign that this son of a gun is just very predictable. He can't change. And maybe I'm going to have a party tonight because I'm going to keep catching him with the same thing until he takes it away from me.
That's a good point. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Well, this round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy with you ringside.
This is one of those fights, Ted. It just feels like to me where it's going to be tough to really score. I mean, it's been a close fight.
Yeah, it's a hard fight to score because you have one guy maybe a little busier, but the other guy makes up for it because he's a little heavier with those blows. So it's a matter of maybe the taste of the judges, what they prefer.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Erik Morales. It's a nice counter punch by Erik Morales.
Keep it going.
His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. At the halfway point of round 7. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Blocks that belt line well. Nice counter punch by Barrera. Erik Morales, his cut is below the eye. He's going to have to really watch out for that. You don't want to damage that area. Gets rid of that body shot. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. End of the round here. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. It's turning out to be a very good fight because it's very competitive. It's one of those fights that's really hard to score.
Yeah, it is hard to score. It's going to be up to the judges now. Hopefully, they've been watching the way they need to watch, and they're competent enough to make sure that it's not just a matter of who's throwing, but, you know, who's really landing.
Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one.
Keep moving.
Good defense, just covering up down low. Marco Antonio Barrera is now battling 2 opponents. The guy standing opposite him trying to punch him, and his eyes swelling.
Yeah, he can't see what's coming at him right now.
Good way to protect the midsection. Blocks away that headshot. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Erik Morales is learning a real hard lesson here, and it's that a corner man can only do so much when you're dealing with this amount of swelling around the eye.
Yeah, you have that end swell in the corner. Of course, it's a piece of metal that you put in ice. It gets very cold. It retains the cold, and you place it on the swelling. But once it gets started, as you alluded to, Joe, it's tough to stop it. You got to get that ice or get that end swell on it early on before that swelling gets started, before it gets to this kind of place.
His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
and turns, and the non-stop battle, it continues on as we've reached the 1 minute mark to go. Oh, everybody will tell you, you can't get away with that. What a big, wide, sweeping whiff that was.
Well, you can get away with it if the guy doesn't want to throw back, but if this guy wants to start throwing back, then you're not getting away with it.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
Marco Antonio Barrera's got a cut, and it looks like it's below the eye on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Good block by Morales. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Morales blocks that punch. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Marco Antonio Barrera. Barrera able to block it. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Morales blocks that punch. Last round of an entertaining fight. Now, for the judges' scores, let's send it up to the ring announcer. Erik Morales is your winner by unanimous decision tonight.
I'm not so sure it was unanimous. I had it a little